Okay, Staz was at Weebcon, okay? Obviously, I recognize him because I've hung out with Staz before. When we finished talking, I pulled up his name on my screen.
Staz got doxxed. Oh wait, did chrchie talk about that? Basically, at some point, okay, Staz came up and said hi. And like, you know, I've met Staz, so I know what he looks like. So I was like, hey, what up? And then he literally looked at me and he was like, stop, stop.
Speaking of like at cons and stuff, Weebcon, that was pretty cool.
Yeah! It was really fun. It was a good time. I may or may not have slightly doxed Staz.
That was you. I thought that was chrchie. He said that was chrchie.
No, it was all of us.
It was not me.
I scared him.
Except for Ellie.
It was not me.
I scared him, but he had headphones.
I was like, hi, stranger. And then he was like, it's too late for that. All of your friends doxed me.
I was doing this thing where I was writing down people's names for the photo. So not only I wrote his name down on my screen, and he was like, "Yo, take that off, take that shit off right now." Oh yeah, sorry.
It was so funny because after you did that, chrchie, he texted me and he was like, I got the chrchie shoomimi dox tag team, man.
Wait, because how did you do it against Shumi?
Like basically, okay,
Just
this
his
was worse because
full
it was on
address.
speaker. Yeah, just his
Full
address.
His mother's
The
maiden
first meet and
name.
greet. The first meet and greet was with Orchid 8, and it was like on speaker, right, and not on headphones. And then so he came up, and then like with everyone else, I'm like, "Hi, nice to meet you." Like, oh, thank you so much for coming to say hi. But when it was Staz's turn, because like I know what he looks like, you know, so I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, what up?" He came up. I said, "If it isn't Cupid's father," and then he's like, "Whoa, stop!" He's like, "You're gonna get me killed! Don't say that!" And I said, "My bad, my bad."
He's
big
too
dog,
many
my
people's
bad."
Oshis.
It's so funny because when they asked if he wanted a picture, he's like, "Nah," and I said, "Yeah, because he hates me." While you walked away.
So I saw him before the chrchie incident, but after the Shumi incident. I saw him right after the panel, and he was really sad because he missed the panel because the panel, guys, if you didn't know, had a lot of technical difficulties. But I saw Staz after the panel, and he missed it, and so I teased him about that. But when he walked up and he put on the headphones, I put on a really smug face. I was like, "Hey, Staz," and he kind of like stopped. He was like, "Ugh," and like looked behind himself to see if anyone had like seen. And he was like, yeah. He was like whispered. I was like, "Is this Staz?" Maybe.
Yes.
He was like afraid to say anything out loud because I was trying to ask questions and talk to him, and he was just like, "Maybe."
It's
Who wants
so
to know?
after what happened, like with chrchie, he said that he was in line to see Coco. I know who it was specifically. They're very nice. I don't think they were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell everyone you're Staz," but they tapped him on the shoulder because they were behind him, and they said, "Hey, are you Staz?" And he said, "No, I'm not Staz." and then they said, "I saw what happened with chrchie." I don't think anyone else did, but that was so funny, dude. And
Bro
then
said, "I know who you are."
yeah, and then Staz, I think, streamed the other day, and the title was "Being Harassed by VTubers at Weebcon."
I got doxxed. Yeah, a little bit tomfoolery. So I missed Shumi's because I was eating barbecue, and I came back at like 1:30 at the meet and greet. And then, I go up to church. It's like, "Hey, what up, chrchie?" Blah blah blah, And then afterwards, so because chrchie's meet and greet, she has this like, the little pop-up thingy. I think what she does is she asks like, "Hey, what's your name?" And then she puts up the name. So when you take a photo of her, she has like your name there. So I talked to chrchie. Blah blah blah, and then the guy says, "Okay, camera time." It's like, okay. Before I turn around for the picture, I see her name pop up. I turn forward to the photo, and I was like, "Wait a minute!" I turn around, I was like, "chrchie, what the? You cannot do this to me, chrchie." I think in a vacuum, it's okay. If the other lines was like some other VTuber that's like not very swarm adjacent, right? But the thing is, her meet and greet ends at like 2, and then Ellie's meet and greet starts at 2. Her line was forming right next to chrchie's. Yeah, so like when the guy says, "All right, time for a picture," I was like, okay. I give him my phone, and I see chrchie pop up my name, and then I was turning forward for the phone, and that's right when I saw the name, I turned around, I was like, "chrchie, what the fuck are you doing? You're trying to get me killed here." And then she took it down and like 2 seconds. And then afterwards, like, hey, Shumi, guess what just happened? I got the 2-for-1 Shumi chrchie dogs tag team. And then I was telling Ellie, you never believe what just happened. Let me trauma dump you what happened to me 30 minutes ago. It happened on Easter, right? Sunday. It was like, I cannot believe you Judased me on Easter. That's crazy. Jesus did not die for this. I think chrchie like was showing me this. I think like at the time when it happened, it was kind of stressful-ish. I was like, Monka, dude. How many fucking people saw it? Monka. It's over. I think it's like, it happened. It's whatever. It's just funny story now, I guess. It happened. You really can't do much. You know, I didn't realize I was gonna get dogs. You know, if I did, I would have brought more equipment. I was LARPing as a chrchie fan, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh my god, chrchie, I'm your #1 fan. And then said, okay, dogs time. That's what chrchie said.
Also, guys, okay, just an FYI, we're all like friendly with each other, obviously.
Yes.
There were a few comments that were like, this is not funny. Like, Staz is like making fun of it because we're friends. You know, at the end of the day, it's not that serious. So, like, you know, that's all. We're talking about it because we're all okay with it and it's fun.
Yes. Yeah. If it was like very serious, we wouldn't be talking about it.
No. The way that he told me the story, because he saw me last and he told me about this. The way that he told the story was, look how stupid your friends are, not look what a horrible day I had. So just so you guys know. Wait. Imagine you rewrite like, now this is Staz's meet and greet. You like draw his face, hide your model, draw an arrow pointing down at him where he's standing.
Right there in big bold letters. Hey guys, this is Staz.
Meet and greet.
Point.